What's up, guys? This is Jeremy from Achievement Hunter here, making a guide to show you the Benevolent Leader achievement in Fallout 4. Now, if you're going to be like me, this is going to be the last achievement you're going to get in the game, because it really kind of sucks. You need to get a large settlement to 100% happiness. So I managed to do this in Sanctuary, but I'm going to show you a couple of tips that if you just follow these steps, you should get the achievement no problem. It just takes a little bit of grinding to do it. So here's the Sanctuary that eventually got to 100% happiness. My first tip is going to be actually don't use Sanctuary. If you haven't started doing this yet, grab a different spot after you capture it for the Minutemen. Sanctuary has a big issue, and that is Sturgis. Sturgis counts as a settler in Sanctuary, but you can't tell him to do anything. So he's going to be like totally useless because he's mission based, and you can't send him away from Sanctuary. So he kind of makes the whole thing a lot more difficult. So just use a different place. Like, as you can see, I can go up to this chick and, command her to pick food or do whatever. But when I go to Sturgis, I can't highlight him. I can't do anything with him. So at the top there in build mode, you can see a bunch of different things that the settlers will need. The first is the size of the settlement, which is on the top right. When that turns from your HUD color, whatever it is, default is green. When it turns to yellow, your settlement is now large enough to get the achievement, so it has to hit that yellow mark first. And to do that, you can just keep putting down houses and shit like that. Eventually, it will be the right size. Now, people is the other thing. That's really important. I had 20 when I got this achievement, and the way you get more settlers in your settlement is to make a radio beacon. So you build one of those anytime you go to a new settlement. Preston Garvey will tell you all about that the first time you need to do it. Set that up, power it with a generator, and it will start calling in other settlers. Now, the number of people that comes in is related to your charisma stats. So it's going to be 10 people plus whatever your charisma is. So I have 10 charisma, therefore I have 20 people. So the most you can get is 21 if you have 10 charisma, and then find the bobblehead, it'll boost you up to 11. So that's what you need to do there. I would definitely recommend having 20 people, because it just makes your life a lot easier. And that is because of all the things you need, starting with food. Food, you need the number equal to the number of people you have. So your food doesn't have to be any higher than 20 if you have 20 people. Plant mut fruit. That's what you want to do. There's a couple different things. There's like corn and carrots and shit like that. Don't bother with those. Just plant mut fruit, because it gives you 1 food every time it's picked, whereas everything else gives you 0.5. So with less people, you can get the amount of food that you need for your settlement. So that's kind of a really big deal. Next is water. Water is the exact same thing. It's just make sure you have the number equal to or greater than the number of people in your settlement. There's these little pumps that just need to be put in the dirt. They give you 3 water. So build 7 of those, or head down to the riverbank and build one of these giant assholes. It's 40 water. So that's way more than enough. You just need to power it. And speaking of power, power means nothing. So it doesn't matter how much power you have in your settlement. It doesn't affect happiness at all. Now, defense does. My defense is at 163, I think, right there. I think anything over 100 will do just fine. If you're nervous that you don't have enough defense, just go into your Pip-Boy and go under the data and then to workshops. And you can scroll down to wherever you're building this, and it will have a little exclamation mark next to defense if you don't have enough. And if you're missing some, build turrets. Don't build like guard barracks, because you need to assign someone to that, and it's a waste of a settler. So don't do that. Beds is the exact same thing. Just the number equal to or greater than the number of people you have. So at least 20 beds, and make sure they're inside. Otherwise, your people are going to be kind of mad about that they have to sleep in the rain. Now, happiness. This is the real shitstorm. This is what makes the achievement really hard. The things that affect happiness are decorations, which are, paintings and statues and stuff like that. So just go all out. Like, cover everything in paintings. Any vertical surface you can find, just put paintings on it. Even the outsides of houses and shit like that, I just put paintings everywhere and statues. And the other thing that affects happiness is whether or not you're actually in the settlement. I think this is actually because of a glitch. When you leave your settlement, it says you have less beds and stuff like that than you actually have, so their happiness goes down because the game kind of forgets you have all that stuff. So you just got to hang out there until you have the achievement, if it's what you're going for. And the final thing, probably the biggest thing for happiness, is shops. So you need tier 3 shops, which means you need to have your local leader perk to rank 2. And there are 4 types of shops that increase happiness. So those are your general store, the bar, the clinic, and the clothing store. So you want to build at least 15 of those. So I had 15 in my town that got to 100%. 16 is going to be your best number to get 16 settlers working in these shops, and then another 4 picking food and getting it up to at least 20 food. Now, you'll know you're doing it right when your happiness meter has a little up arrow next to it. And the best way to get that to kind of start going up is to stand around in build mode for about 5 or 6 minutes, just making sure that the arrow's there, and then go sleep for 24 hours. Come back and go into build mode and just stand around for another 5 or 6 minutes, and it will just go up over time. Now, if you have 16 shops, it will definitely get to 100 if you just wait long enough. Another thing you can do to boost it, I'm not 100% sure this works, but it seemed to work for me. You can build a bell in your settlement, and when you ring the bell, everyone in your settlement goes over and joins you. They go stand by the bell. It's like you're calling a town meeting. And that seems to increase their happiness. Just kind of all being in one group and being around you seems to help. So if you just keep doing that and making sure you have the up arrow, then that will eventually get you to 100 and you can unlock this damn achievement. I looked online the other day. A lot of people don't have it. A lot of people are really confused about how to get it. But that's how to get Benevolent Leader. Hopefully you can get that one and 1,000 point your game. So for more tips, tricks, and guides like that, subscribe to Achievement Hunter. We'll have some good videos. See you then.